and it's not yours. Shambhara has a habit of taking things on. You've been doing this for many, many lifetimes. You've been energy holders on the planet. You've been kind of saviors in a lot of situations in past lives. So you've taken on a lot of the planet, a lot of mass consciousness. And right now, there's still degrees of that within you. And this causes anxiety. This anxiety is kind of like a horsehair blanket, which I've used from time to time. Some of you might not be familiar with them. They provide a certain degree of comfort and warmth, but they're itchy as hell. And for Shambhara, you still kind of like this role of being a planetary babysitter, of holding the energy, of taking things in that aren't yours, to be able to process them, to be able to hopefully help mass consciousness. But it's time to drop that. It's time to burn that horsehair blanket, because with the real work you're doing here on the planet, shining your light, there's no place for it. There's no need for it. And I know sometimes it feels cozy and comfortable just to feel like you're really doing something and taking on the world's issues. But as you go into your light body, you're going to find it doesn't work very well anymore. You take on other people's issues, other people's energies, and it's very, very difficult on the physical body. You're taking a big extra load on that's not yours. Many of you who are sick, who never have energy, who have diseases, these are not yours. You've taken on mass consciousness problems, partly because you're very sensitive. You feel these things, and then you say, there must be something wrong with me. Partly because you're still doing social work. And let the other people do the social work. They want to come up the ranks. As other people develop more consciousness, they want to do what you used to do. Energy holders, planetary social work, spiritual social work, it's not yours anymore. And it's going to be very, very difficult as your light body comes in to accommodate that and holding or carrying these other issues. They're not yours in the first place. And I'd like you to really be discerning in recognizing that. They're not yours. And you still tend to think they are, and you justify them as yours, but they're not yours anymore. What's yours? Tobias said it the best. What you choose. If you're not choosing something, junky thoughts in your brain, physical issues, if you're not choosing it, then it's not yours. If you're choosing it, so be it, it's yours. But you have that right, and I'm going to say you have an obligation to me and to Shambhara, and mostly to yourself right now, to let those things go. At the recent gatherings here in Kona, I've taken great delight in calling people out on their issues. They like to talk about, not like they used to, but they still to a degree, about some of their victim issues and how they're just in a place in their life where they just, can't do anything and nothing's working. And it's like, well, it's not, because you're still holding on to it. You're still owning it. If it's there, it's because you still like it. So I'm going to invite each and every one of you right now to let go of all that. We have other work to do. We have the shining of the light that's radiating the light rather than pulling in everybody else's dark cloud. You're not here to be the gatherer of dark clouds anymore, to see if you can process it and overcome it and all the rest of that crap. Now you're here to shine the light, and there's a big difference. And you know what I'm talking about. There's a big difference in just radiating your light versus gathering in the dark clouds that really aren't yours. Let's take a good deep breath with that. So let's continue. Shifting gears. But before I do, I want to emphasize once again this natural protection. It is something that is with you as an embodied master as you stay on the planet. It's because of the way energy works. Your own energy isn't going to put you in harm unless you like it, unless you want the harm. But otherwise, you could be in the midst of all this other stuff, and like the falling tree on Villa Amio, the tree fell, but very, very little damage. And the damage was really a good point of illustration. I mean, and a little fun drama for a day or two. But in a different setting with other people, would have probably wiped out about a half or a third anyway of the entire house. So let's take a deep breath with that. Next subject. Love. Love.
Dê sua contribuição consciente. Se chegou até aqui, inscreva-se, dê seu like, compartilhe, comente e obrigado por nos assistir.